Hey everybody, it's sawlthehedgehog. I know I'm in the bathroom still, but this is just the video right after the video I just did. Kingdom Hearts 3D, Dream Drop Distance. You can beat this game within at least 3 days. Story of Kingdom Hearts 3D. This is major spoilers, so please do not say, "Oh, you should have said that." I'm warning you now of the Kingdom Hearts game being spoiled to you. But I just beat it the first time, so I'm going to be going through it on critical mode, so it's even harder. I will also give hints, tips, and secret little stuff that you can do, especially against when Riku went against young Xehanort from the past. Pretty much how I figured out how to beat him without even looking up anything or any of that fun fact game guide. I actually figured out his little time travel thing in battle, where it actually is a huge disadvantage for him in the long run. You actually learn how to fight him if you let him do his little time thingy. Like you want to use the little slow motion action on him when Sora and Riku, use that little flash thing. When you get to a second stage of young Master Xehanort, you actually want to stay away from him and let it run, and then battle him again, because once you go through the second time on his second stage form, it'll actually be a lot weaker, and then you can focus on your attacks on that. That's a major help, from me to you guys, so test it out if you want. I also I kind of expected this because of it's Riku, but from Riku from the beginning, how he originally was supposed to be a vessel for Ansem, and this is all leading up to the next Kingdom Hearts game. Hopefully it will be number 3, because this will be the all-out war and everything. But my review story, it flowed pretty well, but there are some parts where I'm like, wait, what the fuck? How's that even? Oh, okay, understandable. Okay, fella, you just told me your plot, so now you're gonna die. I guess everybody's theory of Xehanort being able to time travel was correct. So technically, in Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, when you're facing a mysterious figure in battle, in the battle arena, and in Final Mix, that is one of the Xehanorts that, somehow popped in and passed from the future, because that's probably going to be one of the Xehanorts that will be revealed in the next Kingdom Hearts game. They revealed how to wake Sora from his sleeping dreams, like how Sora actually ended up like Ventus, but Riku actually dove back into his dreams, saving him, and we now have a theory on how Ventus may be saved. I need to check out how long I've got this on. Other things that I really liked about this game, other than it was really short. They probably could have done a lot better with, how stuff was. But I think the reason why it took less time because it kept switching in between Sora and Riku's story. But the one thing that I really didn't like when they do the drop thing is when you're in a boss battle and it's about to run out and you're so close to beating the boss, like a bar or two away, and it switches right back over to the other person's, story. And then it sucks even more if you actually are both battling two people the same time, battling two bosses with both characters, and you run out of time, so you keep looping. Eventually, like, you know what, screw this, I'm going to exit this battle, and I'm going to go get stronger, and I'm going to go get some more affinity points, or whatever you want to call it. I'm also kind of sick right now. It's 2:50 in the morning. I just got to wrap this up here pretty soon. Let's see. I will do a second review over Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance, and after I beat Critical Mode, because there's more stuff that's unveiled when you beat Critical Mode. And yes, Kingdom Hearts 3D Dream Drop Distance has New Game Plus. It'll carry over your trophies, your all the information, but you start at level 1. And here's a great advice for everybody. If you want to make sure you complete all the game records of high scores and get all the treasures because of the trophy, I advise you to go through it first time and do it right, because if you do New Game Plus, you will find out that everything restarts, so you won't have any of your new Keyblades, you won't have any of your new items. You do get to keep your Dream Eaters with you, so you can work on that still, and they stay, I think, at the current level as you were. I'll double check that. I also found out, like in this one, for each world that you defeat except the world ends with you, you get a new Keyblade, and there's 7 worlds. You revisit one world, and that's Traverse Town, because that's another keyhole. And on top of that, the other Keyblade that you get is from the little Spirit Flick Rush arena. Oh, that was so easy. And make sure you actually take your times with that, guys, because here's another strategy. Go full on out attack, and then you want to defend with all 4. While doing that, charge. Once it gets charged, and if they attack you, be lucky, because then you get the little special card that, whatever that unique creature that you're using uses, like Mega Flare, Face, Elixir, all that kind of stuff, and that's useful. And I found out the bear's very useful for that reason, because he keeps getting Faith. But back on topic, I know if you actually beat the game and you go against Julius, which is in Traverse Town 4th District, if you beat him, you get Ultima Weapon, but I am pretty sure there's one other Keyblade that's stronger than Ultima. You know the one, guys. There's always one Keyblade always stronger than Ultima, which is a surprise, because Ultima back then was supposedly to be the strongest Keyblade. And I'm making corn. Let's see what else. Shion, Nominator, Riku, Kairi, Ventus, Terra, Aqua, Mickey. If I didn't say Kairi, and I think I did. Except Nominate, all of them showed up at one point, and, surprise on Zigbar's Sora surprised them with words that pretty much represented all the good guys that had Keyblades. And Axel didn't show up, but he was getting used. Yes, Axel does get the Keyblade, and his weapon actually forms into it. He actually tried to go all out into the battle to make sure Sora was safe from Master Sora would have been the next vessel for the 13th Xehanort. So currently, guys, there are 12 freaking Xehanorts. And shit's about to happen, because you know that there's a 13th one. And one of the other pure Keyblade wielders, I think, was actually absorbed some time ago into the Organization 13's true motive of getting another Xehanort. So, because of this, Mickey even said, okay, there's Sora, Riku, me, Terra, Aqua, Ventus, and then I think, in the long run, I think he was mentioning Xehanort was saying that if they also got Sora to be on their side, they also got Roxas. So I consider Roxas being another one, because he was another a fabulous person to be a vessel for Xehanort. So, in the long run, I think in 2-in-1 package is a better deal than anything. You also, in the dives, when you actually go through them like a second time, you kind of get used to it, and then you find out how much easier it is when it gets to that level. But be careful on the mini bosses and the dive areas, because they do get more difficult throughout the story. And I've got like about 4 minutes on this video. So let's wrap this up. I'm sorry if I'm a really bad, reviewer or anything, but I'm just going off of what was my memory after playing it for 3 days straight. Riku becomes a master, and that's what I was kind of wasn't surprised about, but I had a theory of it. That the person that went into darkness and came out and works on his way to, wielding a Keyblade again into the light, it pretty much, sets it off saying, hey, yeah, this guy has the potential of becoming a Keyblade master. So, Riku's the new Keyblade master, and Sora is off doing some other wacky ass shit out there with his Dream Eater buddies. So, I just hope he's not back into the Dream Eater world. If he is, he needs to get the fuck out of there again. And it was kind of funny that Ventus's armor that protected Sora from the darkness eventually got absorbed into darkness, where Riku had a battle lap. But guys, do make sure for the first few times, maybe 4 of the worlds, it's the exact treasure chest in each of Riku and Sora's world. Other than parts of Sora and Riku go into different parts, you gotta find those on your own. So just remember where those other treasure chests are when you do some of the worlds that are exactly the same places. Let's see. They changed Einzo's voice actor, I believe from Chain of Memories, and it's Zexion. Yeah, Zexion. That was the voice actor that I think got changed, but yeah. Let's see, other stuff than that. Make sure you get your Dream Eaters all maxed out, because that's also an important factor into it. Stay at long ranges when you're doing those special missions, when you have to block or defeat them, because if you're not used to battling extremely hard conditions, you need to realize you need to use the flow motion, or you actually have to stay back and do projections. I also found a really unique combo with Riku. Using the balloon attack spell with Dark Firegull. It's a wonderful thing, but once you get Balloonaga unlocked in the Flick Rush area, get it immediately for Riku and Sora, because it's so useful. And on top of that, you want to use Balloonaga, because it actually does a little chasing action, and then you want to shoot out Dark Firegull, pretty much, because the balloons will also attack, and then you got a multiple Firegull, and then after that you want to do an unleashed combos with your attacks and spells. But yeah, that was a pretty good game. And make sure when you get towards the end, hit every letter, because it reveals a secret message. So other than that, guys, this is Saw Hedgehog, and I'm signing out to eat corn, and then I'm going to go to bed.